All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Making Sense of Crypto and the Future of Money. This is for business owners who are looking to better understand what this cryptocurrency economy is about and how it fits with your business. This is conversation number 3. So today's agenda is to talk about the infinite open market of crypto. Now, this conversation is going to be a little bit more specific, hopefully a little bit shorter. Each segment after this is also going to be similar. I'm just trying to get one major idea across to you so that you can better understand this crypto economy that is coming very quickly. So typical disclaimers, not financial advice, just entertainment. Everyone's situation is different. Do your own research, calibrate according to your own risk profile. One of the amazing things about crypto and Bitcoin is that once the Bitcoin blockchain was turned on, once it began, it will likely never be turned off again. And that sounds like an outrageous statement, but if you think about the internet, it's a very similar thing. Once we got the internet up and running with broadband, with satellite, it would take something very destructive to the earth, basically dinosaur-style extinction for the internet to be turned off. Now, maybe we'll find new inventions and technologies such that this one becomes obsolete, but it's likely that the internet will never be turned off, and Bitcoin also will never be turned off. What this also means is that Bitcoin is an invention. It's similar to something like inventing the airplane, in that once we learned that we could fly, it was only a matter of time before we figured out more ways of doing that and then integrating it into our lives. And Bitcoin is simply a better way for storing and transmitting value through space and time. And therefore, this concept, whether it's Bitcoin that ultimately ends up being there in the end, I don't think the concept can ever die now. It's out of the box. We know what it is. We know that it's useful, and we're going to figure out a way to implement it. Now, why is it that this will never shut down? And this is just an interesting note for you to understand, is that because Bitcoin is a decentralized technology, it means that anybody who wants to around the globe, without needing permission from anybody, can run the Bitcoin blockchain via the internet. So if you have an internet connection, you can run a Bitcoin node, which is basically the computer program that runs Bitcoin on your own device with some small amount of power. And what that does is it decentralizes the technology. It means that no one point in the world is a point of failure for this Bitcoin network. As long as there's 2 people, 5 people in the world who are running Bitcoin, and now there's millions, it will be very difficult to destroy. And so when governments talk about banning it, when people talk about making it legal, it would be very difficult to crack down on because it's simply something that you can run on a computer or a device over the internet. So Bitcoin as it exists today is decentralized. It's all over the world. And that is the next point I want to make about what does that mean? What does it mean to actually have a technology that is inherently global from the beginning that's not going to be turned off? Well, that means that we've digitized markets. We've unbounded markets from time and space. We're used to the stock market, right? It is opening bell, to closing. It runs on EST hours. It only runs in one time zone's adjusted hours. It closes on holidays. We're used to trading of stocks not happening on Saturdays and Sundays. Holidays are closed. Sometimes the exchanges go down and the market goes down. Now, that is not true of crypto. Crypto is a digital market that is inherently global, and it's 24/7, 365. Once Bitcoin turned on, it's not being turned off. That means it's tradable 24/7 through the exchanges that are available in the crypto markets. Not only that, once we unbounded the physical sort of traditional financial markets and we put them in the digital space, that also means that there's more mechanisms for liquidity, not just from traders, but from robots. We can kind of bring the robots further into the fold. We can work off of decentralized exchanges, which is similar to that Bitcoin graphic I showed you, but it's an exchange that people can participate in without a central point of authority. I can get to something similar to that in the future that'll help make that make more sense. But basically what I'm trying to say is that we've superpowered these markets. We've made them global. Anybody can have access, whether you're in Egypt or India or Brazil, anyone can buy Bitcoin. Right now, if you're in Brazil and you want to buy stocks in the US, it's very difficult, but that's not true of crypto. It's global. And there's a bunch of advantages for that. So what does this mean to you? What does this mean to you as you're thinking through understanding cryptocurrency? Well, there's something very interesting about the crypto markets that makes it different than investing in some of the assets that we're typically used to investing in. Now, the first idea is that most cryptocurrencies, most crypto protocols, and some of the projects and products in the crypto market, they are open and public from day one. You can imagine that every company in the crypto economy IPOs at the formation of the business. Now, this isn't exactly true. There's some nuances around this. Some things aren't public right away, but effectively, crypto companies go public much faster, and they list their tokens or their currency on exchanges that run 24/7. And so I'm going to be showing you this a few times. This is CoinMarketCap, coinmarketcap.com. It shows you a snapshot of the entire cryptocurrency space, and these are all currencies, projects, companies, stable coins, tokens, and it's almost like this is a public stock market of all of these different projects, and anybody can buy any of these at any point in time, given there being liquidity. And that is very new. That's very different. It's we're so used to most companies being private and only certain ones being public, and being investable, being something you can actually access if you're not somebody who knows the team or has that type of access or has that type of accreditation. In the crypto world, you can invest in everything 24/7, and you can invest in companies or protocols or projects in other countries as well. So that's very new. It's very interesting. And you can think about this like a scoreboard for all projects, all companies in a given space. And we don't really have that unless we're talking about public markets. We have fundraising equivalents. You might see what companies raise more money or raise less money, and that's kind of a scoreboard. But this is a true sort of value scoreboard about people holding these tokens, like holding shares in companies, projects, protocols, currencies, etc. So again, there's maybe more nuance about this. There's some securities laws here in the US that might impact certain things, but as it stands today, these projects are fully tradable by anybody in the world. And so you're seeing projects raise money at rapid speed. I mean, I'm talking raising tens, hundreds of millions of dollars in a very short amount of time, huge market caps. There's going to be some downsides to this, but it is a new opportunity, a new possibility, and that is very interesting. So these projects are public from day one, and that means you also have a fully liquid investment. Assuming there's buyers, right? It means you don't have to lock up your money in a startup for 10 years until an exit. You've had full liquidity. If you bought Bitcoin, back in 2010, and you could sell it or buy more at any stage, at any point in time, over the course of that last decade, you could be buying and selling and buying and selling. And that is a very new thing as well, because it means that your investments are more liquid. You can get out of investments faster. You can get into investments faster. And there's no permission or anything like that. Anybody can purchase some tokens on Uniswap. Anybody can purchase some Polkadot, and they own it. They have custody over it. There's no central party that's authorizing that transaction or not, other than the exchanges. But even then, there's some very interesting ways that people further decentralize those. Now, the last thing is that every bit of value is also swappable. And so I want you to imagine you having 10 shares of Amazon, and you want to buy Apple. You want to get out of Amazon and into Apple. Well, traditionally, you would sell your Apple stock, get dollars, and then purchase the Apple. But in cryptocurrency, you can actually swap any token worth of value. And there's, again, some nuance based on different chains, but it's possible to take your Bitcoin and swap it for something like Litecoin, swap it for something like Chainlink. You can take your Ether and get Uniswap on that. You can use your Binance coin to purchase Dogecoin. And so you're just swapping. It's like instead of selling to buy, you're just saying, hey, how much equivalent is Amazon to Apple? And let me just swap them. Let me just trade them. And so these swaps can happen much faster. That's going to open up an entire world of new possibility in markets as well. So I just kind of want to recap here, and this is the main idea of our talk. We've already gotten there. This is a global market for currencies, protocols, companies, anything with value. it's more than just currencies. It's pricing on all different types of assets, from payments technologies to assets to art, to exchanges to protocols to companies. There's a price that you can check out on something like CoinMarketCap that is constantly moving for these different applications and products. And that makes it very interesting. So the homework today is go to coinmarketcap.com. Just check it out. Just browse around, see how the prices are fluctuating, see the different charts, see the market caps. You don't need to do anything, but it'll just give you a sense about, oh, this is like our stock market, but it's a new system. It's global. You'll see a lot of these coins are from other countries, and it's happening 24/7. So hopefully this helped you understand a little bit of the open, public, global, decentralized nature of blockchains. I'll be back again with some new concepts that'll help you understand this crypto market. Thanks.